All right, well, I've had a few people message me about my short-term flip strategy in my Building a Strategy ebook, asking if it still works because the example I used was last October. Now, what I would like to say first is it absolutely does still work, and probably better now than it did before from the data I have. But I just thought I'd do a little test and show you guys what happened in the trade that I did. I bought Ainsley Maitland-Niles, the Arsenal player. They had a Europa League game in Sweden on the 15th, and I bought him at the entry point, which I do state in the book. And again, my return of investment strategy was just at 10%. I say go for. If the trade goes right, usually you do end up with more than that. I did on this occasion as well. But yeah, so I bought just a handful of Maitland-Niles because this was a test, and I bought him on the entry point. And as expected, his price did increase. And my entry price was 72p. Okay, so I bought him on the entry point at 72p. Steadily he rose, and I do put all this information here in my journal. I have loads of data like this from the strategy that I did do an example of, and the pattern is it's the same every time. You know, it's a solid strategy. Now it's better, works better now than it did actually. So you really, if you follow the entry points, the exit points, you stick to your plan, be disciplined. This is a great strategy, one of the best I think in the book. So yeah, he rose steadily over the week. Come the day before match day, he was at 78p, so that's 6p up a share. Okay. My plan was to always exit in demand, and the exit point is outlined in the book. Now, the morning of the game, he was still rising, and I think I'd round about reached my return on investment target. However, I thought I'd keep an eye on team news. I wasn't sure whether Wenger was going to play a stronger team because Arsenal was struggling in the Premier League. He did actually end up playing a stronger team. But luckily for me, Maitland-Niles did start. So what I was doing, I was just keeping an eye out on Twitter and on the news generally if there was anything that said he might not play Maitland-Niles, which would probably be in my best interest to then exit the trade. I didn't hear nothing. So I just decided I hit my target, but I decided to wait for the team news, you know, and I did wait for the team news. And in the end, I sold him for 81 pence a share. Ended up being around 16% return on investment pre-commission, a little bit less after. So, you know, I'd hit my target and stuck to my plan. I sold him in demand. Now, at kickoff, his price was at 86p. So I could have made a little bit more. But the reason I was very happy with the trade was that I stuck to my plan, followed the exit points. So I made a profit. And too many times, if I'd maybe went for that little bit extra, I would have maybe not made as much as I did. You know, a lot of times it does rise right up to kick off, but a lot of times it will actually fall below your price of when the team is announced. And this is all outlined in the strategy book. So if you ain't got that, I'll put the link to get the free download in the tweet. Okay, but yeah, I just thought I'd show you this. This is a really good strategy, the short-term flip. I have others based around fixtures that are just as good, but this one, for me, from when I wrote it back in October and finished the testing, remember I'd done around 40, 50 tests leading up to October. It works even better now. It works even better now. So yeah, just to answer the questions I've had, it's still a very effective short-term flip strategy. Okay.